Hare Krishna. Welcome to Reflections on the Gita. Today's theme is feeling demotivated. So we're going to look at a few shlokas from the Gita, which refers to Arjuna being demotivated. So in the 11th chapter, the universal form, Krishna shows Arjuna his universal form, his Virat Rupa. And he's encouraging Arjuna that I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I'm all powerful. Not a blade of grass moves without my condoning it, and so on. So here Arjuna was thinking Krishna is his friend. In the second chapter, we hear about Arjuna declining to fight, that making moral excuses. It's immoral to leave all these women as widows because Arjuna was going to kill millions and millions of warriors. And he was arguing from a moral point of view, what about the children that will be orphaned and the wives that will be widowed? And these are my own relatives, my own teacher of martial arts, Dronacharya, my grandfather who loves me dearly, Bhishma, and they're on the adverse side of the aisle. They're my adversaries. So Arjuna was feeling perplexed and demotivated to engage in his occupational duty as a Kshatriya. So in a few verses here in the Gita, for example, Krishna tells Arjuna in the 18th chapter, Sahajam kamakontaya sadosham apinachajet durminagni vavritaha sadosham apinavrajat, that all activities, all occupations are covered by fault, just as fire is covered by smoke. Sahajam kamakotisa dusham apina tyajet sarvaramba hidoshena durminagnir. Agnir means fire, durma means smoke. Durminagnir ivavritaha. So he's telling Arjuna that whatever endeavor you do, there are going to be some flaws in it and so on, but don't be discouraged. You have to do your duty full force, knowing that Krishna is guiding and the director, as Lord Krishna says in the Gita, that I'm the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I'm the Supreme Controller, Sarvasichaham Ridishani Vishtomatasmitir Gyanam, I'm in everyone's heart. Aham Sarvasa Prabhavo, I'm the source of all things, material and spiritual. From me, this entire universe emanates. Matas Sarvam Pravarti Iti Matva Bhajana. One who knows this, engages in Buddha Bhava, engages in my devotional service, and worships me with all their hearts. So Krishna is encouraging Arjuna by explaining to him he's not just an ordinary person. He is Aja, unborn, and Avyaya, undying, the all-powerful Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he's encouraging Arjuna by telling him, yeah, you can fight. There's going to be some issues, some flaws, some reverse situations, but you continue in my service. And in the 18th chapter, Machita Sarva Durgani, he tells Arjuna, just be conscious of me, Chitta, think of me, be conscious of me, and submerge your consciousness in my personal form, my activities, and my instructions, and my wonderful pastimes. Machita Sarva Durgani Matprasadat Tarishyasi. Sarva Durgani, all the obstacles of life, the Durgas, the problems of life, Matprasada, by my mercy, Krishna is telling Arjuna, by my mercy, Tarishyasi, I remove all these problems. And he also says that that if one rejects one's duty, because it's troublesome, then this is Sakritva Rajasa Satyaga Rajasa Smritam, that your renunciation to do your duty is in the mode of passion. And Naivatyaga Phalam Labet, you never gain the fruits or the rewards of renunciation. Therefore, Rupa Goswami tells us in the Nectar of Instruction, Upadeshamrita, great devotee of Lord Chaitanya, Anasakta Savishayan Yatarham Upayunjitaha Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe Yukta Vairagyam Uchyate, that instead of rejecting as immoral or unwanted or unaccepted by society, social norms, etc., violence, people don't like to, the violence is unwanted or undesirable. But here, Rupa Goswami is saying that if you do something in the service of Krishna without any attachment to any of the outcomes or any rewards or any fame or infamy, don't be attached. Don't be afraid of infamy or fame or honor or dishonor. Just do your duty for Krishna. Anasaktasha Vishayan Yatarham Upayunjitaha Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe. Just do it with attachment to Krishna. And Krishna promises that Yogakshema Vahamyaham, I carry what you lack and I preserve whatever you have. So the devotee of Lord, Tulyaninda Stuti Monir Santushta Yena Kena Chit, Aniketa Stirama Tir Yomad Bhakta Priya Samaha. Krishna tells Arjuna in the 12th chapter that you may become famous or successful or whatever, Tulya, Ninda, or infamous, doesn't matter. You remain in equilibrium on the transcendental level, disregarding the outcome, fame, infamy. Tulya, Ninda, Stuti, Monir. Monir means to be grave, to be serious. Santushta, Yena Kenachit, to be satisfied in any outcome, in any situation. Santushta, Yena Kenachit. So these are different guidelines that Krishna is giving in the Bhagavad Gita. Now, people become unmotivated or disenchanted in life because they have aspirations and they come across reverse conditions. The devotee of the Lord, even if there's no success, he doesn't become despondent or unmotivated. He's always motivated for Krishna, unattached to results. In the Bhagavatam, there's some verses, reflections on the problem with materialistic consciousness. It's described by the Avaduta who's preaching to Prahlad Maharaj in the 7th canto of the Srimad Bhagavad Purana. Shoka moha bhaya krodha raga klebya shramadaya yanmuna surnayam jayat spriham prana artaya buddha. It means that the root cause of lamentation, illusion, or bewilderment, shoka moha, bewilderment or illusion, bhaya, fear, krodha, anger, shoka moha bhaya krodha, raga, over-attachment to outcome or over-attachment to material possessions or over-attachment to something or other material, klebya, poverty, shramadaya, all these things, yanmula, the root cause of this is one's misidentification with his mind and body. Yanmula surnayam jayat spriham, one has an intense desire, prana, for prestige, and artha, gain, material acquisition. So this consciousness or the materialistic consciousness is the cause of when one comes across some kind of failure, or one fails in some way, then one becomes demotivated, unmotivated, or uh, despondent. So here in the Bhagavad Gita 18th chapter 78, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno Yatya Partha Dhanurdhara, means that wherever there's Krishna and Arjuna, Tatra Sri Vyajo Bhutir Dhruva Matir Mama. Wherever there's Krishna and Arjuna, there's certainly victory, morality, extraordinary power, and opulence. Wherever Krishna and Arjuna is, there can be no type of failure or or any kind of defeat. So living in the material consciousness of life is the gateway to parabhavas, pavarga. Pavarga, in the Bhagavatam, Sukadeva Goswami tells Maharaj Pariksit, Dharmasya hi apavargasya nartotaya pakalpate nartasya dharmakantasya kamalabdaya hi smitaha. That all duties and activities are meant for apavarga, freedom from the miseries of material world. Pavarga comes from 5 different letters, 5 different words, 5 different words. Parishrama means people work very hard. Parishrama, they have to work so hard to acquire material things. And then fena, it's like we see the donkey or the horse, they're working, carrying heavy things on their backs, the animals of beasts of burden, they call it. And we see they're frothing at the mouth. But all they eat is some grass, which is readily available anywhere on the side of the road. And yet they're serving a master and working hard like that and simply frothing at the mouth. And B-A, Byarta means that they meet with failure. Byarta, disappointment. They become disappointed because of whatever they're trying to do. There's always some reverse conditions, some reverse situations. So Byarta means I'm so disappointed in my life. I was going for this. I was dreaming about that. I was fantasizing about so many things. And now I see that my whole empire has crumbled and there's nothing left but dust and broken rocks. So Byartata means disappointment in the material world. People have become very disappointed. Their aspirations or dreams for their family members, their children, whatever it may be, they become disappointed. And then Bya comes from the word faring. Bhaya means faring. Devotee is abhayam, or fearless, but bhaya, or fear, is that someone is a successful businessman, industrialist, and all his money, he's always worrying about his money. Pasyami daninam klesham lubdanam ajitatmanaha bhaya alabda nidranam bhaya alabda nidranam means that the business people, they're always worrying, who's going to steal my money? The government is going to tax me. My competitions, my competitors, they're going to try and undermine my efforts and so on. My relatives and friends may try to take money from me in this way. Bhaya alabda nidranam, he suffers from insomnia because he's emotionally always in turbulence because of where my stocks and bonds, my mutual funds, they're down. I'm going to lose money with Bitcoin like this. So Pasami dhaninam klesham. The Avaduta, who's instructing Prahlad, is saying, I see that the dhani, the wealthy man, is full of klesha, full of misery. Lubdhanam ajitat manaha, his mind is very disturbed because of his greed. Baya alabdanijanam, sarvato bivishankikam, he's looking around this way and that, all directions, someone's going to steal from me. And meanwhile, he puts faith in his wife and children, who are compared to predators, like animals of perdition. The shepherd is he's guiding his sheep along. He's herding his sheep, and somehow or other, the fox and the wolf comes and steals his sheep. He steals them away. So similarly, although he's trying to protect his money, his very children, and of course his wife, is spending money here and there, shopping. Of course, materialistic relatives. The children, Father, I need this. Father, I want that. And he's getting some kind of pleasure from so-called supporting this illusion of family life. And it's compared by the great acharyas, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada, Sukadeva Goswami, camel-like man, that the camel enjoys the flavor of thorns, cutting his tongue and chewing these thorns mixing with his blood. Asva vidvra ustrai. Men are like camel-like men. They're busy making money and acquiring more and more, acquiring more wealth, but simply all their efforts are being taken by family members. And they think, oh, this is so sweet, chewing on these thorns mixed with blood. So nice. But they're simply bleeding you in different ways. So the family members in the forest of material enjoyment are compared to predators like tigers and lions and wolves and foxes like that, always stealing the lamb of your money. So in this way, despondency is there unless we take shelter of Krishna. Brahmani hidaya karmani sangam tyaktva karotiya lipitena sapapena padmapatram evam vashaha. Krishna tells Arjuna in the 5th chapter of Gita that all your activities become spiritualized. Brahmani hidaya karmani. They become spiritualized when sangam tyaktva karotiya, you engage in these activities without any attachment to the outcome, and you offer them to Krishna. Yat kurushi dadashnasi, yat juhosi dadasi, yat tapasvasi konteya, tat kurushum madarpanam. Krishna says, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer and give away, whatever austerities you perform, whatever charity you give in charity, make it as an offering to me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the root of all existence. Ita taror mula. Mula means root. Nishechanenya. Chipyanti tat skanda bhujo pashakaha. This means that if you water the root, then the leaves, the branches, the fruits, the flowers, all living beings become satisfied when we serve Krishna, the root of the tree of existence. So watering the root of the tree of existence, Krishna, serving Krishna, then harmony is the consequence. Harmony is a subsequent outcome in socially, environmentally, economically. Everything follows devotion to Krishna. Therefore, Rupa Goswami cites in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu that devotion to Krishna is compared to a queen. And dharma, artha, kama, and moksha, religion, economic development, sense requirements, sense pleasure. We need to have children, we need to eat, all these things. And then, of course, liberation from this cycle of birth and death. These are all maid servants to the queen of Bhakti. And without Bhakti, all our endeavors, even mystic yoga, practicing of prana yoga or Ashtanga yoga, or studying the Vedas and logician using logic and argument to try and come to the truth, and rejecting the material world without recognizing it as the property of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as the one who maintains everyone and everything. These are all imperfect practices. And unless one comes to the platform of Bhakti yoga, engaging everything in the service of Krishna under the guidance of a bona fide acharya, bona fide spiritual master, then one's life is wasted. Dharma svanustita pumsam vishvakshena katasuya nodpadayad yadi ritim shrama evihi kevalam. Shrama evihi kevalam, that waste of time engaging in many uh, philanthropic activities, philosophical activities, charitable activities, if they're not meant to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Proprietor of everything, Bhoktaram Yagya Tapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, Lord Krishna, then it's futile. At the time of death, we'll think of something material instead of thinking of Krishna. Yantimad Yajino Primam Antavatu Phalam Tesham Tadbhavati Alpamedisham Devan Devan Yajo Yanti Bhakti Mam Yajino Primam. One who is my devotee goes to the spiritual world. One who worships gods for some material benefit, demigods or anything like that, or simply tries to enjoy this world, then he might take birth in the planets of the gods or the planets of the Pitris, Pitri Loka, so many rituals in the Vedas, but he simply has to take another birth again and again unless one develops his love for God. Prema, Primarta, Primarta Mahan, Prema, Maharta Mahan, Prema, Pamarta Mahan. The goal of human life is how to develop our love of God. That is the message of Srimad Bhagavatam and ultimately Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Vedic scriptures. So thank you very much. We'll end here. Hare Krishna.